Good morning, dear students. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing fine. Yes, you all are doing fine. That's very good to hear. Right. Now, let's start with our today's class. But before we start from our today's class, let's quickly recap what we studied in our previous class. Okay. So, in our previous class or in the previous video, we have learned about yes, we have learned about the types of the epithelial tissues. We have saw simple squamous epithelium, stratified squamous epithelium. After that, stratified squamous epithelium, what we saw? We saw columnar epithelium. We saw ciliated columnar epithelium, and after that we saw cuboidal epithelium, and after the cuboidal epithelium we saw glandular epithelium. So all in all, we can say that there are four broad categories into which columnar epithelium and cuboidal epithelium each have one subcategories. Okay, so total there are six type of epithelial tissue. So that was all for the epithelial tissues. So let's start with our today's class. Okay, students, right? So in our today's class, what we are going to study, I'll just show you with the help of a picture. Okay, students, just observe this picture. Yes, what can you observe from this picture? Okay, you can see heart here. Okay, right. Let me change the color of the ink. You can see heart here. Okay, very good. You can see these veins here, right? Very good, students. You can see veins also, right? So what it is carrying, the hearts, the veins, all these are why? Because it is a part of a circulatory system. And what flows in our circulatory system, students? Yes, blood flows, isn't it? Right. So, uh, what blood is doing, students? It is connecting different parts of the body. So, the blood is also a type of tissue, isn't it? Blood is a type of tissue. And since blood is a type of tissue, what is a what we know that we classify the animal tissues on the basis of their function, right? So that blood provides the function of connection, right? Connection. So blood is a connective tissue. Okay, students? Right. So we will be studying about the blood today. Okay. We will be studying about blood and other forms of the connective tissue. So let's first start with the blood. Okay. The topic of just now what we are going to study is blood. Okay. Right. So student, you might have seen that blood is RBC is there in the blood, WBC is there in the blood, right? Plasma is there in the blood. So blood is a fluid, right? Blood is a fluid. Fluid means liquid, okay? Fluid means liquid. Blood has a fluid which is called as a plasma. This component that you are seeing, the liquid component that you are seeing in the blood, it is the plasma, right? And in the plasma only what is there? RBC is there and WBC is there. Platelets are there. Okay. So basically there is one fluid component and that fluid component is called as what? That fluid component is called as plasma, and in the plasma only what is happening? In the plasma there are different type of cells, and those different types of cells are WBC, RBC and platelets, right? So these type of cells are found in the blood. Okay. So the plasma contains the proteins, right? So the plasma, what it has? It has proteins, salts, hormones. Okay, right? And what blood does? Blood follows and transports gases, isn't it? Digested food, hormones, and waste materials to different parts of the body. Suppose that if I am eating something, then it will land in my stomach, isn't it, students? It will land in my stomach, right? So from there, it will get digested in my intestines. When it is getting digested in the intestine, then what should happen? How will my cells in my brain get the food that I ate from my mouth that got into my intestine, right? So we know that it is digested there, it is absorbed there. But after absorption, what happens? Those absorbed food is the absorbed food is transported to all the parts of our body by the help of what? By the help of cells. Okay, students. What type of connective tissue is there that connects these things? Yes, these are connected by what? These are connected by blood. So blood is a fluid connective tissue. Okay, students? Right. So, okay, from this example of blood, what we can understand? We can understand that the cells of the connective tissue are loosely spaced, right? You can see the one RBC is there, one RBC is there, one RBC is there. Now compare it with the epithelial tissue. What you can find in the epithelium, the cells are closely packed in a sheet, but in the connective tissue, we can see the cells are loosely arranged in bunch. Some cells are here, some cells are here, some cells are here, some cells are here, isn't it? And these are all embedded in the intercellular matrices. Okay, these all cells are embedded in a matrix, like in this plasma. All these cells are in this plasma. So these are the two important characteristics of the these are the two important characteristics of the connective tissue. Okay, students? Right. So now there is a quiz for you. So the first question is, blood is a connective tissue. Is this statement true or false? Blood is a connective tissue. Is this statement true or false? I am giving you 15 seconds to think. Okay, students? Right. Have you thought about it? Okay. Is this statement true or false, students? Okay. Now, just tell me, what is a connective tissue? Yes, the connective tissue is those tissues that connect something, isn't it? And blood is connecting different organs of our body. It is providing food to different parts of our body. It is providing gases to different parts of our body. It is transporting the waste in from our different parts of the body for its removal. So, blood is a connective tissue, and this statement is a true statement. Okay, students, is it clear? Yes? Okay. Now let's come to the second question. Okay. Now the second question states that which of the following is not the component of blood? Which of the following is not the component of blood? Okay. Options are RBC, WBC, platelets, or columnar epithelium. RBC, WBC, platelets, or columnar epithelium. What will be the correct answer? Again, I am giving you 10 seconds to decide. Yes. So the columnar epithelium is not the component of blood, right? RBC is the component of blood, WBC is the component of blood, and platelet is the component of the blood. Okay, students? Right. Very good. Now let's come to the next module. Students, our body is made up of skeleton, isn't it? That's why we are having a particular shape. Otherwise, we will be all in a ball shaped round thing, isn't it? Right. Now see, see, can you see my arm here? Can you see my arm? Yes. See, if I want to lift my arm, see, if I want to lift my arm here, can you see this? If I want to lift my arm, I can do so very easily, isn't it? So there are some things attached, some pulleys type of things attached that is making me lift my arm, isn't it? So these are also the part of connective tissue, right? You might be wondering, sir, how bone is a connective tissue, right? How the skeleton is a connective tissue? But let me tell you, students, this is a connective tissue. Okay, students, right? Let's now try to understand this. Okay, students, right? So bones, tendons, and ligaments, these are all part of the connective tissue, right? So bones are embedded in a hard matrix. We have seen what? We have seen that for a for a tissue to be called as a connective tissue, what it need to have? It needs to have a matrix, isn't it? Like in the case of blood, we saw that the plasma was the matrix, isn't it? There was plasma, and in the plasma only there were different type of cells like RBC, WBC, platelets. So these type of cells were there, right? Okay, students. Very good. Now, in the bone also, bone cells are also embedded in a hard matrix that is composed of calcium and phosphorus compound. The mattress of the bones are composed of what? The mattress of the bones, it is composed of the calcium and phosphorus compounds, right? And see, there is one bone here, one bone in this portion, one bone in this portion. So these two bones are connected by connective tissue, right? And these two bones are connected by a connective tissue which is present here, and this connective tissue is called as what? This connective tissue is called as ligament, right? So now we need to connect bone to bone also, bone to muscles also, isn't it? This bone is connected to this bone via tendon, isn't it? It is connected via ligament. But now, suppose that if I want to lift this arm, isn't it? If I want to lift this arm, then there has to be some muscle that will pull it to it like this, isn't it? So the muscles are connected to the bones with the help of what? Yes? Okay. Right. So the tendons are the fibrous tissues that have the great strength. Okay. See here. These are the tendons. Here you can see muscles. You can see the muscles here. Right. These are the muscles. This is the tendon. This is the bone. The muscles are connected to the bones with the help of the tendons. Right. Now, this is also a bone, isn't it? And this is also a bone, right? And these two bones are connected by what? These two bones are connected by ligaments, right? So, we can see bone to bone. What is there for bone to bone connection? What should be there for bone to bone connection, students? Yes, for bone to bone connection, there has to be what? There has to be ligament, okay? And for bone to muscle connection, there will be always a tendon. So what is a tendon? Are a fibrous tissues, okay? Tendons are fibrous tissues with great strength, right? These have great strength. This means this can pull very much, right? But these are not very flexible, right? It does what? It just connects these muscles. It connects these muscles, right? It connects these muscles to this bone, okay? So between the muscle and the bone, there will be tendon, right, students? Okay. In this tendons, uh, okay, right. So the solid matrix, the what we are talking about the solid matrix, there has to be some matrix in the connective tissue, isn't it? So the solid matrix is composed of what? The solid matrix is composed of proteins. The solid matrix is composed of proteins, right? And proteins and sugars, right? So now you might have seen that suppose, can you see here in my nose, if I move it, it moves a little bit, isn't it? Why so? But if I try to move this nose a little bit back, it won't move, isn't it? It is very hard, but it is soft at this portion. So, what's present here? Yes, right. So here, cartilage is present here, right? So cartilage is the smoothest bone at the joint of the surface. So see here, when the two bones join, when this bone is joining to this bone, when this bone is joining to this bone, there will be the presence of cartilage here, and this cartilage will do what? This cartilage will soften the joint, right? So this cartilage is present where? The cartilage is present here in our nose also, in our ear also, right? You can just pull your ears forward and you can see that your ears are coming forward. So it is present in our ear, in our trachea, in our larynx. So in these type of things, what is present? Cartilage is present. So bones and cartilage, right? Tendons and ligaments, these are all part of what? These are all part of the connective tissue, right? Yes, students, is it clear till here? Any doubts till here? No? No doubts? Okay. So now, if there is no doubt, then we can go ahead with some questions. Okay, students? Right. So the first question is bone a connective tissue? Bone is a connective tissue. Is this the statement true or false? Bone is a connective tissue. Is this a statement true or false? What are your thoughts? Yes, students. Bone is a connective tissue. Yes or no? Right. So bone is a connective tissue. This statement is completely true statement. Right. Okay, students. Now you need to match tendons connects what and ligaments connect what. Here B means bones, M means muscles. Right. B means bone and M means muscles. Right. So tendons connect what? Tendons connect bones to muscles, right? And ligaments, what it does, it connects bone to bone, right? Okay, students, very good. Now question number 3, cartilage. Where in your body you can find cartilage, right? Where in your body you can find cartilage? So you can find cartilage in your ear. Can you find cartilage in your ear? Yes? Okay. So you can find cartilage in the ear. You can find cartilage in your nose also. Is it? Here it is in the nose also cartilage is found. So the correct answer for this question will be what? The correct answer for this question will be both. Cartilage is found both in ear and also in the nose. Right. Now let's proceed forward. So students, can you see at this picture? Can you look at this picture? What you can observe? Yes. Okay, this person is fat. Okay, this person is fat and this person is thin or lean. Okay, so here there is deposition of this white things, isn't it? You can see this deposition of white things here, which is very less in this person, right? So this is known as fat, right? This is known as fat. Okay, so we will see here uh, what causes this fat. Okay, why? What is the importance of this? Okay, so it is called as areolar connective tissue. Okay, it is called as what? It is called as areolar connective tissue. So areolar connective tissue, it is found in the skin and the muscles. Okay, so areolar connective tissue, it is found where? It is found between the skin and the muscles. So suppose that there is one layer of skin here, okay, and there is one layer of muscle here, right? So in between these, what will be found? There will be the presence of areolar connective tissue, right? There will be presence of areolar connective tissue, right? So what is the function of it? What should be the function of it? So it provides the function of it fills the space, right? It fills the space inside the organ. It supports internal organ and helps in the repair of the tissues, right? What it does, it fills the space inside the organs, supports the internal organs and helps in the repair of the tissues, right? Students, is it clear? Am I clear till here? Okay, right, very good. Now, when we will look at the areolar connective tissue, the cells of this tissue are filled with fat globules. You can see in this picture, these are fat globules, right? Fat is deposited in these globules, right? So the storage, when it is storing fat, right? When it is storing fat, what it will do? It will serve as an insulator, right? It will serve as an insulator. Okay, students, is it clear? Shall we proceed ahead? Okay, right. So adipose tissues are found where? Is it found in the skin? Is it found in the blood vessels? Is it found in the blood vessels? Tell me, students, where it is found. You can think about it for 2 to 3 seconds, not more than that. We don't have uh, much time left. Right. So adipose tissue is found in all of the above, right? It is found in the skin, in between the skin and the muscles also. It is found in the blood vessels also, right? So it is found in the all of them. Right. So what we have studied in our today's class? So in our today's class, we have learned about the connective tissues, right? So now let's answer some of the questions. So what are the components of the blood, students? Who can list the component of the blood? Okay, so the first component is the plasma or the matrix, and after the plasma, what will come? After the plasma, there will be RBC, WBC, platelets, right? So these are the different component of the blood. Now, who will describe how blood is a connective tissue? Let's describe how blood is a connective tissue. So students, blood, we know it connects different parts of our body, isn't it? It connects different parts of our body in providing nutrition, in providing transporting substances like hormones, like transporting enzymes, right? Transporting oxygen, transporting carbon dioxide, transporting waste products. So that's why blood is a form of a connective tissue, right? Now, um, justify the following statement. Bone is a connective tissue. How bone is a connective tissue, students? Yes, bone is a connective tissue because we have defined the connective tissue as those structures that is having a matrix and loosely arranged cells. So bone is having a hardy or a thick made up of calcium and phosphorus, right? Bone is having a matrix which is made up of calcium and phosphorus, and in those cells the cells of the bone lies. That's why bone is a connective tissue, right? What is the function of ligaments, students? What is the function of ligaments? The ligaments connects bone to bone, right? The ligaments connect bone to bone. And what is the function of tendon? The tendons connects bone to muscles, right, students? The tendons connect bones to the muscles. Okay. So what are the characteristics of the adipose tissue? So the adipose tissue, students, are basically what we have seen, that adipose tissue are present in between our skin and the muscle, and what it does, it provides insulation. And why it provides insulation, students? Because there is a presence of fat globules. Okay, students. So when there is the presence of fat globules, then what will happen? It will provide as an, will serve as an insulator, right? And what is the function of adipose tissue? The function of the adipose tissue is that it is helpful in the packing, it serves the purpose of insulation, right? So these are different functions of the adipose tissue. So now let's come to your homework section. So in the homework, you need to prepare a chart showing different types of the connective tissue, mentioning their function and location inside the human body. Okay, you need to describe the function of adipose tissue as well. Okay, first of all, prepare a chart showing different type of connective tissue, mentioning their function and location inside the human body, and also describe the function of the adipose tissue.